Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you have a lawnmower or a generator, anything that burns gasoline and has a carburetor that was running fine the last time you used it and now it's not, I have two perfect examples for you in this video. One's going to be a generator that the customer said it was running fine 6 months ago and now it wouldn't start. And then a pressure washer that he would just use the day before and then suddenly wouldn't start. And both of these issues, they thought, oh, I'm gonna need a new engine or replace the whole unit. And this is going to apply if you have a lawnmower, generator, pressure washer, ATV, dirt bike, whatever. If it burns gasoline and has a carburetor, this video can help you. So do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let's get started. So first up is this generator, and this is probably the most common reason generators won't start after being stored for a while, because gasoline absorbs moisture from the air. So I'm going to crank it over and let you hear it. So I can tell it's kind of, it probably would start up, but it could be that spark plug. I'm not going to recommend that you smell the gas. If you've ever had a, oh, it smells horrible. Yeah. Okay guys, I just wanted you to hear that the engine did have compression, and so that's the first thing you're going to want to check. If it pulls really nice and easy and no compression, you probably got a bigger problem. But smelling the gas, it smelled horrible. I don't know how to describe it, it just stinks really bad. But we're going to need to drain the tank and drain the carburetor. These carburetors will get gummed up after a while, and you may need to replace the carburetor, but I want you to try this first, and it'll solve the problem usually 9 times out of 10. So first, locate the fuel line where it goes from the tank down to the carburetor. And if you have a petcock valve or a fuel shutoff valve, you turn that off so you don't spill gas all over the place, and have you a nice jug to collect the contaminated gas into. You need to crank up your equipment at least every 2 weeks or so, and that'll keep the carburetor from getting gummed up. But if you're going to store it for longer than a month, run the unit completely out of gas, drain it out of the carburetor and out of the tank. You want it to be dry before you store it. Now I'm going to remove the bowl from the bottom of the carburetor, and a lot of times I can clean the carburetor out with it still on the unit, and sometimes you have to remove the carburetor. So I'm going to put a clean stainless steel bowl underneath the carburetor so we can take a look at what this contaminated gas looks like and keep the gas from getting all over my floor. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, lots of water in there. A lot of water. A lot of water. I'll show you guys here. That is not going to burn. And oh, that is terrible. That looks terrible. I'm gonna show that. Oh my gosh. Yep, no wonder it would not crank up. So another thing I want to do, when trying to, while the gas is still draining, I'm going to tilt it up here to get all that gas going towards the drain hose. You see all that stuff? Oh, it looks better now. It must have slid down, but there was all kinds of sand right there in that bottom groove, and I'm just going to kind of help flush it out real quick with some fresh ethanol-free gas in my gas can. I recommend you use ethanol-free gas, especially in generators, lawnmowers, and it stores longer and it's better for your unit. And I've done past videos showing where that ethanol in regular pump gas will kind of degrade rubber hoses faster than ethanol-free gasoline will. So now I'm going to take some carb cleaner, I'm going to spray it directly in here where the air intake there, and I'm going to spray it where the fuel line goes into the carburetor, and you'll see that carb cleaner going through down into where, cleaning out basically the carburetor where the bowl would be. Now I'm going to use some compressed air to blow all that out. And don't go crazy with the air compressor, just, you know, be careful. And also be aware that you have a O-ring where that bowl came loose, so you don't want to damage that or lose it or distort it. You're careful when you're putting, some of the floats aren't that bad, but this one, you know, had that little spring on the bottom, so you want to make sure
that float piece goes up the proper way. That's what I was looking at. And also that the rubber seal, the O-ring gasket basically, has not come loose. It very likely could have come loose while I was.
And since this didn't have a fuel filter on it, I'm just going to go ahead and add one. I'm just going to cut that original fuel line hose and just splice in a fuel filter in between it. And you want to grab two new fuel line clamps.
Don't forget to add some extra clamps for the, you're going to need 2 more clamps if you're adding fuel filter. Just slip that knot.
Now I see people put these fuel filters on backwards all the time. There's going to be an arrow on the fuel filter, but basically you want to see the gas that has not been filtered yet. You want to see the dirty gas, and that's why they make them clear like this, so you can see it. It'll still flow just as easy the same way, but if you put it on the opposite way, you're only going to see the filtered gas, so it's always going to look like you have clean gas. Meanwhile, all the contaminants are hidden because they're on the other side of that element and you can't see it. At the moment, I didn't have the correct spark plug, but this one looked great, so I just cleaned it really quick and put it back in. I did, however, buy a new spark plug for it and install it before giving it back to the customer. So now I'm just going to install some fresh ethanol-free gas. I honestly expected it to start up on the first or second pull, but since it didn't, I was thinking, man, I might have to replace the carburetor. So I decided to cheat a little bit since it wasn't cranking right up. I'm just going to spray a little bit of carb cleaner in it right as I pull on it. So one other thing that I forgot to mention is you want to also make sure that the oil level is up, because a lot of these have to safety switch where if it doesn't have enough oil, it will shut off the unit while running, and it will also prevent it from starting. And if you're having a problem getting those little the oil cap off, you can just take a screwdriver, stick it in there to break it loose, just like I'm showing right here. And then also you can use that to tighten it up, and that just makes it a lot easier. So you can see right here, just snug it up, don't over tighten it. And guys, it was simple as that. Fresh gas, I put a fresh spark plug in it, and it's running great. He's using it to run his entire camper trailer there, getting it ready, running the AC and everything. And he thought he was going to have to spend a lot of money on this, and just a really easy, simple repair. Didn't take more than 45 minutes. So next up, we have a pressure washer that he had used just a couple of days prior, and all of a sudden it wouldn't start. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to try to get it started here. I know it's got good gas in it. So when I can keep the unit running by just sitting here throttling carb cleaner or starter fluid spray, I can just keep it kind of running. Sometimes it'll start running and it'll clear the clog out of the carburetor by doing this. But if it constantly just wants to die when it doesn't get any fresh fuel, it may not be getting gas to the carburetor, or it may not be going through the carburetor. And in this case, it was getting to the carburetor just fine, and it just wasn't getting through the carburetor. But by doing this, this also eliminates a lot of other issues. I know it's not an ignition problem. I know it's not a spark plug problem. I know it's not a valve problem, because all of those have to be working for it to run like this. This confirms that it's a fuel problem. And it's most likely either a damaged or clogged carburetor. So I'm going to remove this carburetor and see if I can see any signs of damage or clear the clog that may be inside of it. And guys, when you do this, if you're not familiar with them, just go ahead and take some video, take some photos of how all the linkages and everything go before you take it off. That way you can put it back on there properly. And since this one doesn't have a drain valve and it's attached to the carburetor, the fuel line, I'm just going to go ahead and siphon out the fuel using a pump that I have from Harbor Freight. These work great for this. I'm pumping it right into a gas can that's right off camera. Now I can remove the fuel line hose going to the carb without getting gasoline all over the place. And just be careful, a lot of times you have to tilt these carburetors a certain way, one way to get one linkage off, and then tilt it another way to get the second linkage off. So just take your time, be patient, and don't damage the link or the carburetor. Yeah, stuff should come in today for my bike. It's supposed to come in today. So once I popped that bowl off there and got the float off, I could see there was just a little port that had a clog in it. It was really small. I had to zoom in here. That little port was clogged, and that was keeping gasoline from flowing. So now just put it all back together carefully. Don't damage it. These plastic carburetors, you can easily damage them. So just be careful, make sure you put it back on there properly without breaking anything. And unfortunately I had my GoPro on time lapse, but it cranked up and it was working just great. I mean, it cranked right up instantly. So since my GoPro was on time lapse, I decided to get some footage of when I delivered it back to the customer.
Right up.
Oh, hold on. Oops, that would help.
Yes, it's on.
So there's two examples, guys, where you can save a lot of money, save time, fix the equipment yourself. Over the years, I've had lots of customers, you know, going to throw away equipment or whatever. And I've actually found good deals on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist over the years where they thought it needed something and all it needed was either the carburetor to be cleaned or the valves to be adjusted or just fresh gas and a new spark plug put in it, and got a good piece of equipment for just a fraction of the cost. So hopefully this video helps you guys out if you're having this issue, and you can also make some extra money, get a good piece of equipment for a fraction of the cost. So do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll see you next